Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Alex Dworkin. I'm managing partner at 40 Capital. We specialize in a very unique mathematical approach to the stock market where we calculate the market or individual stocks in three-dimensional space. And based on that, we're able typically to make very accurate projections in both price and time and on multiple time frames. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but we believe our work is nearly identical to what Jim Simmons was able to accomplish at Renaissance Technologies. I've included a link at the bottom of this video to our site that explains in much greater detail the mathematics, offers proof. If you want to go down that rabbit hole, I highly encourage you. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking about our approach to the stock market for quite a long time. So please take a look. And if you have any additional questions, feel free to email me at any time. This is the continuation of our videos. We're going to be trying to do a daily video looking at various stocks using our time and price analytical software and what it projects going forward. So today's stock is Wells Fargo Bank or Wells Fargo and Company. And basically what you see on the chart is a long-term cyclical breakdown for this particular stock. So what you see on the top and on the bottom is we call them cycle composites. And I mention it in every video, but mostly for the people who are not familiar with our work. Basically, there are multiple cycle composites running in any given stock or any given market. So what you see on the screen is just one of many composites, for example, for Wells Fargo, but all stocks have that. And basically what they're responsible for is the top composites are responsible for putting in important tops, just like here, 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 and then coming up mid-cycle tops here. And the bottom composites are essentially responsible for putting in major bottoms for the stock. So this is one of our main timing components, not the only one, but main timing components. So what you see in front of you is that the stock is increasing from this major bottom to this mid-cycle top, and this mid-cycle top is scheduled to arrive. The actual date is August 9th of 2025. So basically what we're looking for is for a major top around this date, and then subsequently in decline into October of 2026. So this is the power of our software. It is able to pick out these cycle composites, and then able to project both the top and the bottom of the upcoming move. Now we have other cycles working with this. This is what we call cycle clusters, and they're essentially scan the market back, and they project, or they pick out the various cycles running on this particular stock, and they project them in the future, and they tell us exactly where in the future cycle clusters occur. And why cycle clusters are very important, because they typically indicate the exact date of when an important turning point will occur in any particular stock or or the overall stock market. And it also depends on the time frame that we're looking at. So if we're looking at a short time frame, same process applies, but we're looking at much shorter term cycles. So in this particular case, we have this very important cycle that is arriving on September 12th, 2025, which is in line with this turning point that is arriving in mid-August of 2025. So this is a very important time frame for Wells Fargo. That is when we anticipate the top to occur. Okay, so what happens thereafter? Well, thereafter the stock will begin, or well, I guess before I answer that question, a very important question remains: where is the top for this for Wells Fargo? Let's look at this chart for a second. Let me pull it up. I think it's ready for you here. So this is our software as well, and it basically calculates the stock market in three-dimensional space, as I mentioned before. And when we do, perfect order emerges, and then we can essentially ascertain where those very important turning points are coming up. So in case of Wells Fargo, we have two very important levels that are coming out. We have this level that is, let's say, $83 plus or minus $3 for the top. And then we have subsequently this level, which is let's say $95 plus or minus $5 for the top. We believe, according to our calculations or the analysis we did over the last couple of days, that this particular level is a much better target for the stock to top out. And this is also very important to mention because it gives us a very clear target of where we should anticipate the completion point in price once again for this stock. Now, if we go back to the other chart and we take a look at some of our other long-term compositions, we also see the same target for from our other time and price calculations that are showing up in around the same time frame that we anticipate the top here. So 90, 95. If we're working from a targeting perspective or trying to get into the trade, then 95, or I'm sorry, 90 plus minus $5 would be a much better estimate at this point in time. As we get closer, we can implement short-term work, and that short-term work will give us much better indication of exactly where that target is. But for the time being, and for the sake of this analysis, this is a very good target. Once again, 95 plus or minus $5 will put in the top for this stock. Once the top is in, we anticipate a decline into a major cycle bottom for the stock, which is scheduled in October 2026. So that's over a year period of time. And considering that we had pretty significant sell, so take a look at the past. We had mid-cycle top here, right here, and then we had a very significant sell-off into a major bottom here. Same thing here. Nothing really developed in this particular section, but the possibility of a significant decline for Wells Fargo between, let's say, August and September of this year to October of 2026 is quite significant. So what we're going to do first is we're going to wait for the confirmation for the top is, and then we can use our software to make downside projections at that point in time. So hopefully you found this analysis helpful. I don't think anybody else is able to kind of determine with even though I'm not giving you the exact dates well, actually I am to a certain extent, but perhaps not giving you the exact price targets, but this is close enough to ascertain what the stock's going to do this year, next year. And if we want to be much more accurate when it comes to trading Wells Fargo, for example, we can do that with the same analysis, but only using it on a short-term frames. But from a trading perspective, we're probably not going to be interested as a firm, as a fund, in trading Wells Fargo because the downside projections, while it could be significant, they're not necessarily clear, and there's a possibility that stock tops out and sells off, maybe 10, 20, 30% max. There's a possibility of much greater decline, but it is not as clear as we would like it to be to confirm it at this point in time. So basically, just waiting for the top, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully, you found this analysis helpful, particularly if you invest in Wells Fargo. And we'll try to be back with another analysis either tomorrow or on Friday. Thank you very much. Have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.